I'm Manouk Akopyan. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to our partners, personal injury attorney Nelson Gevorkyan. Hi, everyone. I have the pleasure to be joined by Abdullah Mason, one of the standout prospects in the sport, 20-year-old southpaw from Cleveland, Ohio, getting ready to return to the ring February 14 on ESPN against Manuel Haus. Abdullah, you had another great 2024 campaign, 5-0, all via knockout. The last fight, the knockout came a little bit unexpectedly in a firefight, but here you are, Manuel Haus, who's just gave Rolando Romero 10 tough rounds in September. Let's get into it. How is Manuel Haus the perfect fight for you at this stage of your career as far as development goes?
Manuel Haus, he tries to do everything. You know, he try to box. If you fight with him, he gonna fight. You know, he steps forward. You know, he lets his hands go. So he got a little bit of everything, and he's tough. He's tough, and that's what we need. You know, somebody who's gonna test the waters a little bit and let me know where I'm at.
The waters were surely tested in your last fight. You got dropped twice in the first round against Johan Vasquez. It was really, one of those memorable rounds of 2024. I'm sure it'll be replayed for years to come. You get dropped. Seconds later, you drop him, and then you get dropped again, and then you finish the fight in the second. Can you just take us through what that entire experience was like, going through getting your chin tested? Obviously, you bounced back up. They were hard shots, but flash knockdowns, if you want to call them, because it was a half-hearted fall, and then you get back up. How would you assess your performance in that fight?
I feel like I did exceptional. A lot of fighters don't know what they do in that predicament where they get knocked down or how they react to it. And I felt like I came out on top. I got the job done. I did great. It was, I'll say after the first knockdown, everything sped up. Like, the whole fight just blew by so quickly after the first knockdown. But the training had me, prepare for it, like all the way, from top to bottom. It had me prepare for it. Just, the intense training that we have inside the gym. Had me ready for that moment where you fighting under pressure, the fight, going so quickly. You got an opponent coming at you. You got heavy hands, but just the training had me ready for that. And there wasn't a panic mode or anything, but we got the job done.
Was Vasquez's power on point, or were they just shots you were in seeing? How would you just describe being knocked down the first time in your career?
I would say it was shocking. I stood up like, what is the ref counting for me? Like he put counting for me right now. So I just had to, make sure I stayed collected and stayed calm, because I knew he was gonna come right out, guns blazing, swinging, trying to get me out of there. So he ran into one, and but that's what the training is for. Me knowing those things, being ready for those moments, and I didn't particularly feel his power, but some people have that type of power. They just land something and boom, it just makes something happen.
You fought the rest of the round like nothing happened. Obviously, it was clear that you weren't rattled or hurt. If you ever are in a similar situation in your career again moving forward, would you handle it differently? You fight fire with fire. How was that a learning experience for you?
The main goal is so that it never happens again. So we've been training and we've been on top of the training, from top to bottom. But I'll for sure be ready. If anything were to happen, I'll be ready for everything in that ring. But that's what it's for. That's what all those weeks in the gym are for. So you be ready for everything.
For anyone perhaps questioning your chin, what is your message to them?
Um, I mean, you see where I'm at, and you see where he is. So, you
Is
know,
do you feel you need to? I mean, obviously, every fight ended in knockout for you. in 2024. But do you have a chip on your shoulder now in 2025? It feels like the Prospect of the Year award was kind of taken out of your hands with that performance, even though, again, it was a second round knockout for you. Do you feel that you're fighting with a chip on your shoulder this year?
I feel like I just have to keep doing exceptional. All my fights last year we ended in KOs. None of them went past five. This year I have to make sure I keep, doing the same thing with no matter, who it is in front of me. All these step ups. I just got to make sure I keep being exceptional. And everything else will come. But as long as I'm locked in and I'm focused, then everything will come how it's supposed to.
Well, what does the perfect 2025 look like for you? You're obviously fighting on February 14. If things go well, we should probably expect to see you at least two, three more times. What does the perfect 2025 look like for you? What kind of opponents are kind of on the drawing board for you as well?
The perfect 2025, you know, if I was to say, I would probably say resulting in an ending with like a world championship fight or something like that. I would love to fight a championship in the end of the year and also have a main event this year in my hometown of Cleveland. That'd be huge. That's something that I would love. Those are two things I would love to happen in 2025. If those both of those things happen on the same fight card, then that'd be amazing for me to have a world championship fight here in Cleveland. But just keep doing what I'm doing. Just staying focused.
Do you feel with the entire division, obviously Tank Davis has a title, Lomachenko has a title, Shakur Stevenson, Dennis Branchik. You're fighting on the card where Keyshawn Davis is fighting for Branchik's title. How likely do you think it is for you to fight any of those guys, or do you feel like these guys are going to have to vacate, move up to a division in order for you to get your true opportunity?
It's very likely. We're all in the lightweight division. But that's what boxing is. You in the same division, and you all at the same level. Then you fight for the title, and that's what I'm looking to be up at that level. And whichever one would give me the opportunity, I would love to fight for a title.
How about obviously Keyshawn and Shakur don't want to fight each other. I don't know how close your relationship is to them. Are those fights you're ruling out altogether as well too, or are you open to everyone and anyone?
I'm open to everyone and anyone. The only people I won't fight in boxing are my blood brothers. So they're in the lightweight division, so I'll be open to fighting them for sure.
With the lightweight division right now, who would you say is the number one guy?
I would say I'm the up and coming number one guy in the lightweight division. But whoever has the belts at the time, they've proven themselves to, and they've gotten there. But I see myself being up there at the top, having one of those belts soon and being the top of the lightweight division.
The division is really much in flux. Obviously, lightweight is one of the glamour divisions in boxing, but I want to quickly run through it with you. Gervonta Davis, he's fighting March 1st against Lamont Roach. How do you see that fight going?
I think that's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a great fight. Lamont Roach, he's got some good work. He lets his hands go, and he can fight. And that's what Tank has in front of him. He has to get past that. You can't overlook nobody. So I feel like that's going to be a great fight.
Do you think it's another Tank stoppage? I mean, he's talking about retirement. Do you think this is the kind of statement win he's going to a statement win for him?
For Tank, I feel like he just has to stay focused. If he stays focused, when you're at the top, you just got to stay focused. You got people that want your spot, and for him being where he's at, he got to stay focused, let his hands go, be on top of every part of the game, and he'll probably come out on top.
And then we have a situation which I'm sure you would really love in Floyd Schofield fighting Shakur Stevenson. young up and coming guy getting an opportunity, kind of in boxing terms, a lot sooner than expected. How do you see that fight going? And do you see a little bit of yourself in Floyd? And do you think you could upset him?
I don't see myself in Floyd. I don't think we're similar as far as boxing goes, or really at all. I feel like Shakur going to get that one. I feel like Shakur definitely going, get him out of there.
It's what do you make of just Schofield taking the fight so soon? I mean, how would you handle the situation if you got presented the opportunity? Obviously, you take it, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, Schofield, he's right to do that. He's a fighter. It's a great opportunity. It'll be the biggest fight he's had. Um, I guess he doesn't feel like it's a crazy risk, or the rewards are better than the risk. He's in a it's a perfect opportunity that was presented to him, and he took it at the right time. So that's you have to be ready for that. And that's what it's for. We live a lifestyle of boxing, fighters. So he did the right thing.
And then the main event on the card you're featured on, it's Keyshawn Davis versus Branchick. Keyshawn's first world title opportunity. How do you see that fight going?
I haven't watched too much of Bernchick. I know he's very tough. I feel like Keyshawn's gonna get the job done though.
Do you do you see it as a decision? I mean, a knockout. These are two Olympians, amateur pedigree through the roof. Do you see it as a technical fight, or just Keyshawn steamrolling him like he did against Gustavo Lemos in his last fight?
Uh, it depends on where Bernchick is at. If he's in great shape, he's prepared to go a great 12-round fight, then I feel like it's going to go to distance. And Keyshawn's probably going to just be touching him up here and there, box him smart. But you know, uh, he if Bernchick is not on his A game, then Keyshawn he might walk him down a little bit, and he may stop him. But if both fighters are focused and they're in the best shape, then I feel like this might be a 12-round fight.
And then it's the $1 million question in the division, right? Your top ranked stablemate, Vasily Lomachenko. He has one of the four major titles. Do you think he's going to fight ever again, or have we seen the last of him?
Um, I think he may have a fight. In my eyes, I see see it being a possibility that he may have a fight exiting the game. I'm not sure though. I don't know his position. I never dealt with Lomachenko, so I don't know what his mindset is. But if he does, that'd be great for him. If not, that'd probably also be great for him. But we looking to be where he's at right now.
He's obviously a bit past his prime, but still a very dangerous threat in the division. Do you think guys like Gervonta, Shakur, even Keyshawn, do you think he could still beat those level of guys?
Um, I mean, those guys are all useful, and they all have skills. So, that's a dangerous combination. When it comes to boxing, that it gets you very far if you stay locked in. And if they focus, I'm not sure if Lomachenko will be able to pull it off, but if he does, that makes him even crazier than what people see him as. Yeah.
And going back to your fight, Manuel Jaimes, February 14, Madison Square Garden Theater in New York on ESPN. Take me through it, Abdullah. He just went through 10 rounds with Rolando Romero. It was really an unexciting fight, and seemed like Romero was going through the motion at times.
Mhm.
How do you want to make sure your performance differentiates from the fact that, a former world title challenge, a former world champion couldn't take him out, but here we have a 20-year-old up and coming phenom who could?
I mean, me and Rolly are completely different fighters, and my position is to just prove where I'm at right now. Stepping in there with somebody like Hymas who has challenged for the world title. As long as I do what I'm supposed to do, get the job done, then there'd be no problem.
How soon do you think we can expect you to be a pound for pound great, be on the top 10 list, the new face of one of the new faces of boxing? What give us the year that that's all going to happen, just so we can bookmark it and revisit it.
Well, 100%. When they put me in there with one of those good names, and I and I do them just like the rest, then they're gonna see a lot something that everybody else has been seeing from the beginning. They're gonna see what I've been seeing from the beginning. Once I fight one of those names or somebody they think is one of those guys, and I end up doing him just like the rest. So
Has Top Rank shared any opponents that are likely for you this year? I mean, they have some of the best matchmakers in boxing history, Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman. Have they kind of said, look, if you get past Jaimes, here's kind of what we're thinking moving forward?
yeah, there's a few people, but nobody I'll name here, but we taking it one step at a time. The main goal is to get. I'm excited. That I'm ranked number 15 in the WBC right now. So that alone lets me know that I'm close up there to the World Championship. So right now we just taking it step by step, one fight at a time. To get to that title. So I'm excited for that rank 15 right there. That's a step closer.
And you're only 20 years old. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but what does the perfect career look like for you? What age are you retiring? How many titles have you won in divisions? What's the perfect scenario for you as you're carving it out for yourself?
Who knows? I got one goal in front of me right now, as far as the the short term goal is to become a world champion, but with the support and with the good health and with focus and with a good environment, who knows how far I could take it? I could go so long with as being blessed with the things that I have. It'd take me very far. So it's all in the mindset. These things. The talent is there. The hard work is there as well.